your girl Pumpkin PK baby, and today I am back with another video. In today's video I am going to be telling you all about my really big breakup I had and how I got over it. Okay, so first off, I was in a relationship for about 5 years, and the people who know him and know who I'm talking about, they're gonna be like, oh my god. But anyway, and you know, everything was good at first. I met him. Yeah, let me just tell y'all how I met first, how we met. So met him on like Facebook, one of my social medias, Facebook, Instagram, I think Facebook. And he was very nice and persistent, but I didn't really like him at first. I was like, ugh, because he wasn't really my type physically. And I was like, you know, PK, you gotta get out of your little way of thinking, Pumpkin, you know, and try somebody outside your type, because obviously your type ain't damn working. So I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna give him a chance. You know, he was very nice. So after he had bothered me and begged me for like a month or two, we were just talking, stuff like that. Then I actually ended up meeting him on the 4th of July of 2014. That was my first time meeting him in person. 2014 July. And from that day forth, we were together like every single day of our life. And we actually got married. Yes, I did say married. I was married for 5 years. And I got married young. And I don't think I was ready, but I got ready. When he asked me, I was like, you know what? I mean, I wasn't expecting a marriage. I wasn't like, you know, thinking a marriage was gonna come that soon. And I don't mean like we got married like too young. I mean like we got married too fast. That's what I mean. Let me rephrase that. Not too young, but it was too soon. We got married after like a year of dating. And he actually asked me, oh, I'm thirsty, y'all. Hold on. Whew. Okay, but yeah. We got married a year after dating. He asked me like 6 months after we were dating. And you know, everything was cool or whatever. He was like really good guy. He was like perfect to me, and like I didn't care about, cause don't get me wrong, he was a handsome guy. He just wasn't my type. So, but after a while, I got like over that. I was just like so head over heels in love with him, and he was just like the best thing that ever happened to me at first. And I was just so happy and grateful to like even be in a relationship with him, let alone be calling him my fiance, and we're about to get married. So fast forward, we get married, all that kind of stuff. First 2 years, everything was good. Like we didn't have any problems. He moved me in a nice house in the country. And everything was good. Like we really weren't having any problems, so to speak. Then all of a sudden he got a different job. When he got a different job, then things changed. Stuff got a little rocky. He started at this job. He had a really good job. And most of the people at his job been there for a very long time and they already making really good money, as opposed to him coming in and getting this start off pay, and he's not even really like a permanent worker. Like, he's still like a temp, like he wasn't hired onto the company permanently. So therefore, you know, these people already established, like they've been on this job like a year or two. So, you know, they've bought them houses, and in the meantime, we're still renting a house, and we on the come up. We trying to come up, like, and it was like he was always competing with everybody around us, so to speak. But in actuality, we were doing very well, and probably better than the people who seem to be doing well, simply because, first of all, people get things in different ways. People scheme, people do all kind of stuff. Like, we trying to do it the right way. So then second of all, like, you have to be appreciative of what you have, and long as you're happy. If you're happy and you look at someone else's life and see what they have going on, and then you think that you aren't happy anymore, then that's a problem, because you were just happy. It's just like a kid, okay? I give my niece Skittles, and I give and my niece is perfectly fine with her Skittles until my nephew comes over and I give him some chocolate, a Snickers or something, and now she's not happy with her Skittles. But you were just like ecstatic about these Skittles. Well, that's how I felt. Like, that's the only way I can like describe how our marriage was. It was something like that. So it's like you have the best thing, like, no cap, guys. Like, I cook, clean, I worked. I'm actually a hairstylist, so I was actually working a job and coming home doing hair, cooking, cleaning. I would run his bath water, and he continuously to cheat on me, made me feel like I wasn't enough. And that became a real big problem. So we ended up divorcing. Yeah. And how I got over it, that's the main thing. Okay, girls, first thing you have to do is you have to tell your, if you know, now, I'm not just telling y'all, just tell yourself this. If you know you was in the wrong, you was around him messing with him and wasn't being faithful and wasn't being there for your man and doing what you supposed to do as a significant other, then yeah, it was your fault. But if you know you're being a good woman and you were doing everything that you could possibly do to be the best mate you possibly can to your significant other, when y'all actually break, do not sit and continuously try to figure out what it was about you to make them treat you or do whatever it is that they did to you, because it's not you. If you did everything you were supposed to do and they just didn't appreciate you, then it's them. It is not you. And I promise you, once, that's the biggest hump to get over. Once you get over that, then everything else is a breeze. When you feel lonely, do something that interests you. Do something that you like to do, because a lot of people don't even know their self without a mate. And what I mean by that is, a lot of people they're not even single long enough in between relationships to really figure out their selves and what it is that they love about themselves and what it is that interests them and what they like to do. Because when you're in a relationship And I don't mean just like, oh, that's my nigga or somebody I fool with. I mean a real serious relationship or marriage or something like that. Or y'all serious relationship, live together, you know, have kids together. When it's no longer about just you. And that's how it's supposed to be. Don't get me wrong, but what I'm saying is, if it doesn't work out, you should take time and be single for a while. And I'm not just saying go out and be a thot and run around and do this, and that with him and whoever. I mean, just take the time to get to know you and figure out what makes you happy and figure out what it is that you like and what kind of person you are. Because, like I said, a lot of us running around here don't even know ourselves, let alone the person who we supposed to be with. So, yeah, like when I decided to call my marriage a quit, it had been just so much things that transpired, like over and over and over, to the point where when I left, I had no feelings. I was just like numb, like, okay, whatever, it's over with, I'm done with it, whatever. Like, I didn't have that feeling as to what it was, like, why, like, was it me, or what could I have done better, because I had already had those thoughts, because we had separated for about 4 or 5 months once before, and we went to marriage counseling, got back together and all of that. But that's how I was feeling at that time. But at this time, when I finally left and left for good, that was it. It was a wrap. Like, oh y'all, I look so pretty though. But that's like so off subject. But anyway, yeah, when I left, I didn't have those thoughts, but most girls do. So this is I'm just hoping that this video can help somebody, because you gotta understand that the next thing is, it's okay to be alone. Like, people want to make it feel like it's something wrong with you, or you have to be sad, or you have to be depressed or lonely because you are not in a relationship. That is not the case. You can be single and be perfectly fine. You can be single and be happy with yourself. You can be single, like, and like when it comes to, oh, well, you want to have sex, that's the main thing. People be like, okay, well, I get lonely. Really, they mean they want to have sex from time to time. Baby, get you a toy or something. Like, because first of all, with females, sex brings feelings. Now, I'm not one of those females, but most females are. With sex brings feelings, and then your feelings gonna get involved. They're gonna end up getting hurt because you all are just having sex and y'all not in a relationship. So this is what normally happens. So don't just go and, like, the worst advice I've ever heard was, to get over one person, you got to get up under somebody else. That's not the case. You don't have to do that. Like, you just have to be completely over them. And only you will know if you're completely over them. Because if you still think about them, if you still worry about what they're doing, if you lurking on their page, if you still asking about them or calling them, or even in their business and what they have going on when they're not with you, you are not over them. So what you have to do first is get over them for you to even heal. And everybody just can't get over people. You may need help to do that. You may need counseling. You may need to talk to somebody, you know, or you may have a family member who gives you the best advice. Maybe you need to just talk to them. And when people are giving you good advice, even if you don't want to hear it, you should take their advice. Because good advice is not always what you want to hear. Good advice could be, girl, don't call him no more, or whatever. You know, good advice could be anything that you, and like a real friend, they're gonna give you good advice. It may not be what you want to hear, but you know, that's what you should want from your friends. You don't want a yes man or somebody who just gonna tell you what you want to hear all the time, because that's not a good friend, because they're not helping you in the long run. They're not helping you solve the situation and be able to know what to do in the future if this was to ever transpire or happen again. You know, because trust and believe, when you have your first real just break up or whatever, it's gonna feel like the world ended. It's gonna feel like someone died. Like, no, like I said, the last time I left or whatever and I was gone for good, I didn't feel that way, because I knew it was over. I knew I was done. I knew I deserved better. And you know, there was that. But the first time I left and I had to leave, it was really hurtful. Like, I cried and cried and cried, and it really hurt. Like, it actually really hurt my chest. Like, when they say your heart, my heart actually really ached. Like, I really had a chest pain. Like, no cap. Like, something was just sitting on my chest. So, you know, love hurts, but it hurts when you fall out of it. But real love is not supposed to hurt at all. Real love is supposed to feel good. It's supposed to feel great. You're supposed to be happy. You're not going to be happy all the time. You're not going to agree with your significant other all the time or whatever. But, you know, that's what real love feels like. And, you know, you just have to know your worth. And once you know your worth and know what you're not going to accept, then it's easy to break up with someone and just keep it moving and not feel any way about it. Because when you know what you're going to, when you have standards and you set them and you stick to them, and you know what you're not going to deal with and what you are, then when people cross those boundaries and cross those lines, then you know it's time to go. And a lot of times people are not that well, you know, after breakups. It's because they really and truly and honestly didn't want to break up, even though the relationship toxic and they shouldn't be there, or they're unhappy. Not once should your happiness be traded just to say you're in a relationship, or just to say you have somebody, or just to not sleep alone at night, or whatever the case may be. Your happiness should never be traded in place of that. You know, because I know a lot of females who just put up with things just because, you know, they just want to be in a relationship. But yeah, when you break up with someone, you have to find what makes you happy, and just go on with your life. And really, it's even best to just cut ties with them altogether. Now, if you're one of those people who continue to be friends with your ex, then kudos to you. But I'm not one of those people. Like, once I break up with people, like, it's like they never existed in my life. Like, literally, like, I can walk past them in the store and act like I don't even freaking see them. Like, for real. So it's just like, because I feel like, what do we have to talk about? Because normally, and I'm not saying I'm perfect, but You know, normally when I break up with someone, it's never really my fault. It's always either they cheated or it was something that they really did to me that made me break up with them. So, and yeah, so I feel like whatever you did to make me break up with you, you didn't care about my feelings. So why should I even care anything about you to even still talk to you or have any kind of communication with you or anything like that? I don't see why I should. Like, and if you can do that and not be hurt or not feel any type of way about the things that's going on in their life, and y'all can still communicate and be friends, then hey, do you. But most of the time when you do that, things like when they start to date someone else or just certain things, it's going to make you feel some type of way. It's not going to make you feel good. And so why would you want to continue to see someone? And one thing about it, when you break up with somebody, they never going to tell you how bad they doing when they do talk to you. They never going to tell you that. It's always going to be, so who want to hear about how good the person who did you wrong doing? Like, who want to do? I know I don't. I'm just saying, like, that's why I don't even go like lurking on, you know, pages and stuff like that on people's social medias. I never go do that, like, on my exes and all that kind of stuff, because I don't want to see you on vacation with your new babe. I don't want to see none of that. You know what I'm saying? So why would I go look? People never gonna put on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter that I'm doing so bad, I ain't got but $1 to my name, I done lost my job, my car got repoed. People not finna put stuff like that on there. They're only gonna put the good things, because social media is for it to appear that you are living your best life. So why do I want to go click on a bitch page to see him living his best life, or her, or whoever? This is for anybody. Why would you want to do that? So the best thing to do, it would be just to cut ties from them completely when you break up with somebody. Just like cut all ties, because it's like, why? Don't keep in contact with their family members, they mama, they sisters, and all of them. Not saying you're supposed to hate them too, but I'm just saying, why be in contact with them? Why talk to them so they can tell you what that person doing or how they doing or whatever the case may be? Why? You know what I'm saying? So just, I mean, and it's so crazy because he's probably gonna see this. But I don't care. Okay, because I really just made this video to help someone else get over their issues, and I think this is like pretty much the end, you know, because it's not really much more I can say that made me, you know, help me get over. And another thing, hold on, one more thing, and I can not forget this. Use that time to get in your bag and do what you gotta do for you. What I mean is, whatever your grind, whatever your hustle is, if you a nurse, go hard to get you some overtime, save your money. If you, like, I'm a hairstylist, I just go hard in my craft and find new ways to, you know, perfect my craft and stuff. So do whatever it is you have to do to make sure that you're happy in whatever. Because let me tell you something, getting your bag, that's going to always make you happy. Because money, having your own money and doing what it is you got to do for you should make you happy. So whatever it is that, when you sitting there thinking about them or getting sad about, then immediately cut those thoughts and think about what you can be doing to help yourself. Like, for instance, like, and I do this even when I'm just thinking negative thoughts. When I think something negative, I'd be like, boom, let me go on here and make me a YouTube video. Or, you know, let me go and look up some new ways to do such and such hairstyle or something, or whatever. Whatever it is that you do. When you think about negative thoughts, then automatically cut those thoughts out of your head and immediately think about something you can do to better yourself. Because that is wasted energy. Those thoughts and that time that you're using to sit there and think about someone who hurt you, or something that has made you mad or sad or angry, you could be using that same energy and effort to put towards something that can better yourself. And I think that wraps this up, and I hope this video helped someone. I hope this video will help somebody get over their problems and keep pushing, get over their relationship and keep pushing, because, you know, it's not always easy. It may have been easy for me to get over mine, but somebody else, it may be very difficult. They may not be in the same space that I am, you know, so hopefully this will help them. And, you know, not saying I'm a counselor or anything like that, but I'm just telling y'all my experience. But that concludes today's video, you guys. And make sure y'all go like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I know I didn't even tell y'all, but if y'all new to my channel, what the is up? And if you already been here, you already know what's going on. And it's lit over here, okay? And the new ones, just come on and join. Y'all press that little red subscribe button up under there and go on join the PK gang, because I mean, I know you want to, and if you ain't a part of the PK gang, what is wrong with you? Why aren't you? What are you doing with your life? You need to come over here where it's lit. But thanks for watching, you guys, and